trust your intuition. Good afternoon, beautiful souls. How are we all doing on this very little chippy on a Wednesday night afternoon? I am just jumping on because it's been brought to my attention throughout a few days, and even by my clients really, that people fear and procrastinate so much about things. They feel well, procrastination, let's start with procrastination. When I say feel, procrastination is the one that makes you feel, hi Sarah, that makes you have that self-doubt, and it makes you have that unworthiness within yourself, and then you start to feel that you're not good enough, that you can't do anything that you want to do. Okay, now hi Paul. Now procrastination is, I mean, it's just like a little bonfire that's waiting to happen, guys. Okay, now it sits there and it allows you to think all these tremendous things, and it allows you to run with it and everything, right guys? Now I'm coming on this morning just to let you know that I was one of the biggest procrastination people in my world. I would allow my inner critic to kick in. I would listen to every single word she said. Sorry guys, got a little bit of a poor connection today. Yeah, I would just like allow it to overtake my mind, body and soul, and I would just run with whatever my inner critic told me. Yeah, now I know people are very down and feeling very lonely and very sad and everything right now, and you know, rightly so, but what we need to do is turn it round. Okay, we're going to get through what's going on in the world. We're going to get through the other side. Now, while we're going through this, what's going on in the world, do we actually want to sit there and feel like that there's nothing going to ever good happen to us, that there's never anything good going to come round from this doom and gloom that we're sitting in? Yes, of course there is. You don't have to be sitting in the doom and gloom. Just because this is going on in the world, there's loads of things going on in the world. Yeah, people are still getting shot, people are still getting hurt in other ways, shapes or forms, but it just seems like this freaking COVID is taking over. Okay, well, don't allow that to take it over. Don't allow it to make you procrastinate and feel down and depressed and sink into like overindulging in your food, your alcohol, your self-pity, your anxiety, because it just feeds and feeds and feeds and feeds and feeds it, guys. Yeah, it's a very hard thing to come by and come over, but let me tell you, from one that's been through it and is still on that road of recovery. Hi Kelly, hi Lane, because the road of recovery never ends. Yeah, there's always going to be another little dip in the road where you have to like either allow that to stop you moving forward and allow that wall to, it's like a stacking thing. You either allow that to stop you and let it stack up with all your procrastination, your self-doubt, your self-worth, your disbelief in yourself, your feeling of lonely, and then your confidence gets knocked, and then before you know it, you're moaning about money, then you haven't got this to do that and you haven't got that. And you know what, the more we moan and the more we do all these things, the more it's going to keep coming to us. Honest to God, my lovelies, it's going to just keep coming on to you in penfold. Yeah, your door will rattle and it'll be a letter or a bill, and then it'll go again and it'll be a letter or a bill, and before you know it, you'll be like anxiety, stressed out, don't know how to pay the bills. Yeah, once we allow these to go and we chip away at them and we recover our consciousness through that, things seem to like just mould in and get better. Yeah, like I said, I was one of the biggest procrastinators ever. My inner critic was like my best friend. Yeah, she loved me to death. She would talk to me and tell me to go here, do that, you can't do this, look at yourself in the mirror, look how ugly you are, how fat you are. I mean, my confidence was right down on the old doormat. Yeah, you know, she would say nobody would ever want you, you're never going to come good to anything. How the hell do you ever think that you could be a coach, for instance? Yeah, one of my dreams has always been to help people, but help people in a way that I can support them and guide them, like I've been with my mentor, guys. Yeah, and it took me years, and I've sort of like gone into the coaching world with the big thing on my shoulders to tell people, don't wait until you're halfway through your lifespan like I did. Yeah, it's never too late to start, don't get me wrong, but don't wait. Why wait? Why sit there procrastinating, letting the fear creep in? They're like taking over your life. They're like pulling you to shreds, and you are allowing it, just like I allowed it. I allowed it for years, guys. Like I said, I could have put an handbag on my inner critic and took her, well, I did take her everywhere I go, but she could have been my best friend for years if I didn't get this wall that come up and said, enough is enough, guys. Enough is enough. You cannot keep putting yourself through this. You cannot bleed your heart dry anymore. This was not what you was put onto this world for. You was a little pure baby that brought love and light and happiness into my mum and dad's life, into the world. Yeah, and it wasn't until I started growing up, and obviously we get all the things that go on in the family life, the words that are said, oh, we've never got no money to do that. What do you think? Money grows on trees. What do you think? I've got a money pocket in my pocket. Yeah, it's not until all that sort of like kicks into your life that you believe that then, because you keep hearing it on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. Yeah, and your subconscious mind just thinks, okay then, and then as that child, you're just like a little sponge and you suck that bit in. Yeah, and then you go into school, and then you like, I don't know about you, but like for me, my instance was I got bullied, I got ridiculed, and that was all because we had to move away from quite back in the day was quite a good life, and we had to move away from my parents splitting up into like a different district. It was like a world zone. It was like a war zone to me. I left my friends, I left everything, guys. Yeah, and I went into this school where I was just like, oh my god, where the hell am I? There was just a total kettle of fish. Yeah, and once they found out that I was from what you would call the upper thing, I got ridiculed. Poor little rich kid, look at her down there. I was no rich kid, I'm just me. Yeah, I was no little rich kid just because my mum and dad had good jobs and they had good cars, and back then, you know, that's how people judge. You never just should judge a book by a cover, guys. Never, ever, ever, ever. Because I'm still that baby. I've come through that dip and I'm back to that baby now. I want to help people. I want to put smiles on people's faces. I want to get them to go deep into their emotions and dig out the crap that's causing them to feel all that procrastination of fear, self-doubt, self-worth, lack of confidence, anxiety, depression, want to hurt themselves, want to pull their hair out, want to shout at the kids all the time, want to do this, want to sink into a bottle, want to eat more. I've been there. I've absolutely been there, guys, and that's why I can sit here and say it. Yeah? And it's only them limitations that we come through from our life, from school, and then we go into work, you know, and this supervisor doesn't make you feel like you're worthy. It's always talking down to you, or your boss makes you feel like that, and that's just another limitation. So we've got this big sponge in here that is full. Can you imagine a big sponge with all the little hair rolls that was, when you was a baby, was all full of light and air? And then as you've gone through life, all these limitations from people name calling you, pig biting, you believe in this, you believe in that, the teacher saying you're rubbish, your friends saying you're ugly, your boss saying you're rubbish, and everything like that. Can you imagine all that being put into this lovely white fluffy bit of sponge, which was you as a baby, and it's all filling in with all this black crap, and it's weighing you down and weighing you down and weighing you down. And do you know what? I truly believe that we've all got illnesses in us, we've all got everything in us. It's just a trigger point that we trigger off within us, and when we're so stressed and hurt and angry, all these diseases come out, all these hurts and pains come out. Yeah, and it's just because everything's suppressed in our bodies and we don't know how to get out of it. It's amazing. Mindset is like a bomb, absolute bomb. You know, we feed it and then we wait for it to explode. We wait for it to explode, and that's what I did for many years. So I put it out there, guys, do not wait. It doesn't matter what age you are, you can change your mindset. You can press the reset button and change your life 100%. Yeah? All right, I bet you're sitting there saying, yeah, whatever, Alison. Let me tell you, I've been there. I am sitting here and I've walked the walk and I've talked the talk. Yeah, there's been things in my life that have knocked me for six, but I still kept going with that little inner critic telling me, come on, just keep going, you'll get there in the end. Yeah, what I got there in the end to was absolute exhaustion, yeah, depression, anxiety, a gut that was always in knots and always like stressed out and running around every day. And then by night time I'd get in the chair and go absolutely knackered and still be thinking, what did I not do today? What do I need to do tomorrow? I must go to bed. And then when I got in bed, it was tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Half the time I got up and probably never even had a decent night's sleep. Do you know what I mean? So everything happens to us, and it's purely because of all these limitations that we've got into our subconscious mind, that we've allowed our inner critic to keep filling. Because our subconscious mind, guys, doesn't know right from wrong. Doesn't know black from white or anything like that. It only knows what you tell it. Yeah, what you tell your mind, it knows. If you look in that mirror, and you could be a size 8, if you look in that mirror and tell yourself you look fat, you will look fat. Yeah, if you look in that mirror and you've got the perfect face, and you look in that mirror and say, oh God, look at my wrinkles, you will see wrinkles. Yeah, it's true as that. Absolutely true as that. Yeah, again, for years I've been fighting with my weight, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it's only just lately that I would say, actually, about the last week or so, that I've had another reality check come to me. Yeah, so my reality check come to me about my weight is I've recently gone on to these shakes, and purely because I wanted a load of vitamins and I didn't want to be popping pills. So I've gone on to these shakes, but for some reason there's something in there that's binding me up and not making it good. So I've got to the end of my tether. So I've done, with my mentor, I've done a 3-day proactive thing where she goes deep with me and I go deep with them, and we go in a group and stuff, and it was a webinar. And I rounded it up early hours this morning. I don't know who seen me on there, but I was awake at 5:55, so I trust my intuition. Obviously I do, that's what I do as my job. So all right, okay, let me finish day 3. So I went on, finished day 3, and you know what, my God, guys, the reason that I've been fighting with myself all these years with my weight is because I blamed my dad for leaving us. I blamed my dad for leaving us. My mum and dad split up when I was younger, and I blamed him for leaving us and making me feel lonely, taking me away from my friends, never feeling good enough, never doing this. No, I blamed him. It wasn't his fault. He did the best he could with what he had, and it was the right thing for him to do. Yeah, of course it was. But me and my subconscious mind, as that child, blame my dad. Why? Because at school, when I got took away from all that and got put in this school, I got ridiculed. I got called. I got anxiety, depression. I started eating because it's the only thing I could control. I couldn't control all them people talking and being nasty to me because I didn't know what to do. You know, I used to go home in the daytime to tell my mum, but my mum was working hard. I was always there on my own. Loneliness. Yeah? And that has all come through to me today. I've just got all goosebumps. That has all come through from me digging deep and working on my subconscious mind and clearing out my beliefs, what I believed. Yeah? And that was it. I believed that it was my dad's fault. Well, of course it wasn't, because I took that little nibble and then like juggled the bits in with the name calling and the kids are being horrible, and then I was like, oh, and then all I could do to comfort myself was eat. I was only a teenager, so I just ate. Then I hated myself because I'd ate so much, so then I wouldn't eat so much, and then I'd lose weight, and then I looked pathetic, and I felt sorry for myself, or something else would come along that would jeer that trigger, and I would eat again. Yeah. And that carried on for quite a lot of years until I could, at the age to get the alcohol, where that could kick in. And then, you know, I had my kids at a young age because I wanted something to cuddle. I wanted something to be mine. I wanted something to love. Never regretted having them when I did. And I surely don't now. They're my beauties, all of them. But like, it was always something to love. And then when they grew up, I sort of like was all right through the little years of the kids, because they were there and I was happy and I was taking care of them, because that's all I've ever wanted, is to take care of people. So I was happy and I was chuching along. But once they started to grow up and fly the nest, it was a different story. Again, I felt myself wanting more. So back to the food I went, back to the self-sabotage, you know. And then obviously it just kept escalating, and I couldn't think why. And now this week it's happened to me again. I'm like, oh my God, I hate my body. Look at the state of me. I can't be doing with it. I need to do something. And then when she come up on the webinar, I was like, yes, let me get onto this. Straight away, clicked on the link, paid for it, jumped on. And I just trusted my intuition with it, guys. And it just proves to you how much trusting your intuition takes you further in life. Because after all this, I can show you my paperwork. After all that paperwork, for 3 days of journaling, digging deep, getting to the nitty gritty, branching off to this bit, seeing why that, oh my God, guys, honest to God, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. And I just wanted to jump on to reiterate this all to you, because the self-sabotage has been in with me for years. People that know me will tell you I'm always trying to, oh, look at me, no, I don't like this, oh, look at me. Well, today I've woke up and I'm like, right, Alison, you've been trying this, you've been trying that. And I was like, right, what works for me? So the thing is, I'd forgot to do what I love to do for me. Right? I was self-sabotaging my body. I was putting stuff in there that was not doing me any good. It was making me feel down, making me feel fat, making me feel bloated, making me feel not sexy, making me feel not loved. Well, why would I want anybody to touch me or love me when I don't even like what I look like myself? Does that make sense, guys? Yeah? So I just wanted to reiterate this because it's huge. It's huge. Just one little thing way back then that I believed brought all this to the open eye today, this morning, early hours this morning. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Sarah. So I've gone and I've like, right, all this is because I wasn't treating myself right in that mannerism. Yeah? And like I say, nobody's perfect. There's always going to be a dip in the road. Always. But it's a practice. Yeah? It's not just dip in, dip out, I'm fixed. It's a practice. It's a living. Just like eating healthy is a constant thing you need to do if you want to do it. Yeah? Getting the weight that you want is a constant thing for you to do, is to eat healthy, put lovely, healthy, nutritious things into your body for you to get what you want out of your body. You put the crap in, the alcohol, the greasy stuff, all you're going to get is a bloated belly, not looking good in your clothes, and the tightness where you get bulges everywhere and you're just not going to like yourself. That's what's ended up with me. So what have I done this morning? I've taken control. My healthy living is back on board. I am journaling on it, and that is what I am doing. And it will happen. Because in my mindset, I have embedded it. It will happen. It will. Yeah? You've got to have control of your mindset, because it just waves off into all dimensions of where you don't want it to go. So you've got to pull it back and keep it on the straight and narrow. And when the bumps come, work through them. As I've said, it's your subconscious mind that only knows what you tell it. And then it will believe it to be true because you keep telling it on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. Okay, guys? I'm not breaking up here, so you'll be able to see it on the live back later. So, because I'm not breaking up here, so it might be your phone, Sarah. So, my message to you is, guys, please take care of you. If this brings anything or triggers any light bulb situation in your life or anybody else you might know, please care and share this video, guys, okay? There's links below if you wish me to support you or guide you. There's 2 links in the bio. Click on them, see if I can help you in any way, or send me a message, you know, or anywhere else. Go anywhere else for help. Do not sit and procrastinate and cause fear and disbelief within yourself, okay? Because believe it or not, we are the only ones that do that within ourselves, and we are the only ones that can sort it out. Okay, my lovelies? Have a good afternoon and take care of you. Bye bye.